Hi guys, welcome back to my Safe Space Kitchen. So today I have a quick and easy recipe and it is going to be my baked fish. So I have different ways of baking fish, and so every once in a while I try something new. I tried something new and it turned out really good, so I thought why not share with you guys today. So if you're a fish lover like I am, then this is the recipe for you. So stay tuned.
Safe Space Kitchenette. Make room at the table. Safe Space Kitchenette. If you need my recipe. Safe Space.
So I'm going to be using Pompano fish today. The good thing about getting fish from the seafood market is that they will clean it for you, which leaves you very little to do when you get home. So all I had to do was cut off the fins, rewash it, and then use a little vinegar to soak it. And that's how I clean my my fish. So I have a quarter of a green pepper and red pepper. I have some shallot, some ginger, some habanero pepper, and some garlic. I also have my homemade green herb marinade, which has all of the herbs. I will list that in the description down below if you want to see how I make that. And then I have some seasonings and some salt that I'm going to be using as well. So the next thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go ahead and just cut up everything. So I'm going to cut up my onions, my ginger, garlic, and my peppers. And then once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and fry it. So that's what I'm going to be doing here. I'm just going to go ahead and finish cutting everything.
Safe Space Kitchenette. If you need my recipe. Safe Space Kitchenette. Make room at the table. Safe Space Kitchenette. If you need my
So in my pot, I'm going to go ahead and add some oil, and then once it heats up, I will add my vegetables that I cut up. So that's the green peppers, the onions, the garlic, the ginger, and the habanero. I'm going to go ahead and let this infuse with the oil, and then once it's nicely cooked, I'm going to let this infuse with the oil for about 5 to 10 minutes, or until you can really smell the aroma coming out from the oil, right? So once you notice that, you go ahead and turn it off and let it cool completely. Pay attention because you don't want this to burn, okay? That's not what we want to do. So once it's cooled completely, I go ahead and I blend this with my salt and my green herb marinade. I'm gonna blend everything together, and that's what we're gonna use to marinate our fish. So the next thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go ahead and marinate my fish. Now I went ahead and gave my fish a little bit of a slice at the top just to give it room for my marinade to penetrate through the fish. So I go ahead and I pour my marinade onto my fish, and I simply just massage my fish with the marinade. I know that we added habanero peppers, so if you make this at home and you're not comfortable with the habaneros, then you want to wear gloves, right? Because it might burn a little bit and you don't want that. I'm okay with using my bare hands, and so that's why I used it. The goal here is to try to make sure that you are really massaging your fish and making sure that the marinade is really at every corner. You want to make sure you've been able to penetrate every corner of that fish, right? So that's what I'm doing here. And when you try this, make sure that's key. So pay attention to that, and that's why I use my hands. Use a glove if that works for you, right? So once that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and cover this up and let this sit for about 35 to 40 minutes. And then the rest of my sauce that was left, I put that in a bowl, I cover it up, and you can sit it in your freezer, you can sit it in your fridge, and just reuse it whenever you need it. So after 45 minutes of marinating my fish, I go ahead and grab my dish pan and I spray it with some oil. And the goal is to avoid your fish from sticking to the bottom of your dish, right? So I go ahead and spray it with oil. Even though I marinated my fish with oil, I still don't want to leave room for that error, and so it's always it's okay to spray your pan with a little bit of oil. All right, so once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and sit this in my oven at 375 for 45 minutes. So after 45 minutes of baking my fish, this is what my fish is looking like. And you can't tell me this is not looking good. Look at that. Look at that fish. And they'll call you rough. Anyway, so I went ahead and just garnished my fish just a little bit, just to get a little picture, try to be fancy or whatever. But anyway, this is the end of this video, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the texture of the fish. It's very soft on the inside, and the outside is a little bit, the skin of pompano fish is a little bit more tougher than your regular like tilapia, which makes it easier to deal with, right? Especially for soups and for baking. The skin does not fall off easily, right? And the inside is very soft. And I love pompano fish. When I don't have money for red snapper, because you all know red snapper is very expensive, I will go for my pompano fish. Not to say pompano fish is cheaper, because it's not, but it's really, really good too, So yeah, anyway, this is the end of this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, right? Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you try this recipe, let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up, and let's continue to grow this channel. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you guys so much for sticking it out with me, and until next time, I will see you in my next video.